Okay, in this video, I explain what is a projectile. Motion of a particle in a single plane, uniplanar motion. Here we have projectiles. I explain what is a projectile and I derive equation for the path of the projectile and prove that it is a parabola. So in this video, I prove that equation of the path of the projectile, that is called trajectory, it is a parabola. Already you have studied this in under physics subject. You have studied projectiles, I think in 12th standard you have studied this. Now for your syllabus it is there. Projectile, first derivation is equation of the path of the projectile is, it is a parabola. How to prove this one? To prove this, we prove that the equation of the trajectory, that is path of the projectile, is of this form: y is equal to ax square bx plus c, that is second degree in x. And we know that equation y is ax square bx plus c always represent a parabola. So we conclude that path of the projectile is a parabola. Now, in this topic, we use these terms here, these terms. I explain what are these. Projectile means, as an example, you consider a cricket ball is thrown in air. A cricket ball is thrown in air, and the angle made by the velocity of direction is not a right angle, it is acute. Suppose the cricket ball is thrown in this direction. In this direction, say velocity of direction, it makes an angle alpha, which is acute angle. Then you know that, I think you might have observed, the path traced by the ball is like this, and it comes to the ground in this, along this curve. Or the cricket ball thrown in air, the path of the cricket ball thrown in air will be like this, and this is called the trajectory. It is called trajectory. And in our study here, we consider the object as a particle, very small object. Means particle you have studied. What is a particle? Particle, that means weight is very small, and also we consider there is no aerial pressure. That means the ball or particle is projected in the vacuum. There is no pressure of air on the particle, and the only the force acting on the particle is, it is its weight which acts vertically downwards. We use all these things here. I think you followed what is a projectile. How to define a projectile, or what does this terms means? Projectile means a particle which is thrown in the air or in the vacuum, or the particle which is projected in the air is called a projectile. First one. Second, trajectory. What is the meaning of trajectory? The path traced by the projectile is called trajectory. Then velocity of projection. These are the basic terms we use here. Velocity of projection means the velocity with which the particle is projected is called velocity of projection. Velocity with which particle is projected is called velocity of projection. The angle made by the direction of the velocity of projection is called angle of projection, and it is usually denoted by this notation, alpha, denoted by alpha. Now range, this term is important. Range means, suppose the particle is projected from this point and the path of the particle is like this, and I prove that it is a parabola, and the particle hits the ground, hits the plane through the point of projection at the point A, capital A. Then this OA is called one range, one particular range, that is called a range. And time of flight means the time taken by a particle or a time taken by the projectile to complete one horizontal range. It is called horizontal because range is horizontal here. One horizontal range is called time of flight. I think these definitions are clear. That is, time of flight means time taken by the particle to complete one horizontal range, that is time of flight. We derive expression for all this. What is range? Expression for range we study mathematically here. Range means what is the distance covered by the particle and what is the time taken, that is time of flight. And also we find out the equation first. What is equation of this trajectory? For that we use these things here. What is that? Question will be like this: show that the path of a projectile is a parabola. Now to prove this, suppose a particle is projected from a point O, this is the horizontal line, from O, and we consider the horizontal and vertical lines through O as coordinate axis, x and y axis. Suppose the particle is projected like this and it hits the plane through the point of projection at A, and take P is the position of the particle and coordinates are xy at any time t. And what is our assumption? The only force acting on the particle is its weight, which acts vertically downwards. There is no other force. And Pxy is position of the particle at any time in interval t. Now suppose u be the velocity of projection and alpha is u be the velocity of projection and alpha be the angle of projection. Now we have to use this one. The resolved part of acceleration, we consider resolved part of acceleration. So I think you followed this one. What is that? A particle is projected from O and Pxy is position of the particle at any time instant t, and this is the path of the particle, and we find the equation for this, and u is the velocity of projection, alpha is angle of projection. Now we start with this. The resolved part of acceleration of P along OX, what is that? d2x by dt square, because we have taken Cartesian form. You have studied the resolved parts of acceleration in polar form, intrinsic form, and in the beginning I explained what is the Cartesian form also. What is the Cartesian form? Resolved part of acceleration is d2x by dt square, and resolved part of acceleration along y-axis is d2y by dt square. Now as I explained, only force acting on the particle is its weight, which acts vertically downwards. Now the equation of motion of the particle are, what is equation of motion? F is equal to ma. We have F is equal to ma. Therefore d2x by dt square F is equal to ma m into d2x by dt square. A means acceleration, m is mass. It is given by this. M into d2x by dt square is 0. Why m into d2x by dt square is 0? Because only force acting on the particle is its weight which acts vertically downwards. There is no horizontal force. So horizontal force is m d2x by dt square is 0. Horizontal equation of the motion is given by, since horizontal force is 0, m d2x by dt square is 0. Similarly, what is m d2y by dt square? You know what is m d2y by dt square? It's a mass. What is the mass? Weight. Weight is minus mg. Why it is minus sign? Minus because it acts vertically downwards. Now these two are important. M d2x by dt square is 0. M d2y by dt square is minus mg. Therefore, d2x by dt square is 0 and d2y by dt square is minus g. Now from this, starting with this, we have to obtain equation for the path of the particle. We have to express, or we have to obtain equation for this path in terms of x and y. See, we have started with this. What is that? Horizontal component of acceleration is this, and d2y by dt square is vertical component, and equation of the motion is using this. F is equal to ma. We have this d2x by dt square is 0, d2y by dt square is minus g. Now integrating we get dx by dt is a. Integration of this, a is constant of integration, and dy by dt is minus gt plus b, where a and b are constants of integration. Take this as 1, this as 2. This is straightforward. We have integrated this. Dx by dt is a, dy by dt is, what is the integration of this? With respect to t, gt plus b. A and b are constants of integration. Now how to find a and b here? We consider the time 0, when t is 0. Initially, when t is 0, what are these components of u? What are components of u? U cos alpha and u sin alpha are components of u. At any time, or at t is equal to 0, components of u are u cos alpha, u sin alpha. Now from 1 and 2, a is equal to u cos alpha, and substitute t is 0 here. What do you get? Because t is 0, dx by dt, dy by dt are 0. Correct? Dy by dt are 0. So what do you get? B is equal to u sin alpha. Initially we have u cos alpha, u sin alpha, components of u. Therefore, what is A? A is u cos alpha. Substitute t is 0. B is equal to u sin alpha. Or dx by dt is u cos alpha. Dy by dt at any point. Any point means we take t is 0. U sin alpha. Therefore, dx by dt is u cos alpha. Dy by dt is minus gt plus u sin alpha. Take this as 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Now, we integrate again. And what you observe here? Dx by dt is u cos alpha. U alpha are constants here. So, the horizontal component of the velocity is always constant. Dx by dt means horizontal component of velocity is always constant. But vertical component depends on t here. Gt plus u sin alpha. Now integrating again, what do you get? X is equal to u cos alpha t plus c integrating y is equal to minus gt square by 2 plus u sin alpha t plus d, where this c and d are constants of integration. See, we have started with components of acceleration d2x by dt square, d2y by dt square, and equations of motion. Then we have integrated that dx by dt, dy by dt using initial conditions. Initially, u cos alpha, u sin alpha, components of velocity. We have obtained this 3 and 4. We have integrated this. We have obtained 5 and 6. C and D are constants of integration. Again, to find C and D, we use initial condition. When t is 0, xy are 0. Xy are 0. What do you get? C is equal to 0 and D is 0. Because x and y are 0 when t is 0, substitute here. T is 0, x is 0, therefore C is 0, t is 0, y is 0, therefore d is 0. So we got from 5 and 6 we will get x is equal to u cos alpha t, y is equal to minus gt square by 2 plus u sin alpha t. U sin alpha t. Take this as 7, 8. Now, this from 7 and 8, if we eliminate t, we get equation of that trajectory in the Cartesian form. Otherwise, this is parametric equation. The equation of the trajectory, equation of the trajectory in the parametric form is x is u cos alpha t, y is minus gt square by 2 plus u sin alpha t. Now this step also we can prove that, we can say that it is a parabola because x, it is parametric equation of the parabola. But to explain clearly the equation is parabola, I eliminate t here. Eliminating t from 7 and 8. Eliminate t from 7 and 8. We get, how to eliminate? T is equal to x by u cos alpha. Therefore, y is equal to u sin alpha into x by u cos alpha minus g by 2 x by u cos alpha whole square. How do you eliminate? Substitute t is x by u cos alpha. Now we have to eliminate t from 7 and 8. For that, in the equation 8, substitute t is x by u cos alpha. So what do you get? Y is equal to u tan alpha into x. U cancels. Y is equal to tan alpha into x minus g by 2 u square cos square alpha into x square. Am I correct here? G by 2 u square cos square alpha into x square. Now we have obtained the final equation here. See the equation, this equation is, it is y is equal to ax square, this is ax square bx plus c form. It is of the form y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. A, b, c are constants. And we know that this equation always represent a parabola. Second degree equation, ax square bx plus c always represent a parabola. Therefore, the equation of the trajectory path of a projectile is a parabola. Now this derivation important because in in the university examination you may get this as a definite question, or you will get this as a definite question. What is the question? Prove that the equation of the path of the projectile is a parabola. Then you have to derive up to this step. Why it represent a parabola? Because y is ax square bx plus c always represent a parabola. It is of the form y is ax square bx plus c, therefore it represent a parabola. So we have derived equation for this path of the projectile. Next thing is mathematics. Means we study this equation mathematically. We derive the expression for the range. I have defined what is range. We derive expression for time of flight. Then we find out what is the maximum horizontal range, what is the time of flight, expression time of flight, and we consider some problems on this. I think you followed this derivation, you go through once again and try to understand the derivation. Yes, okay. I continue the problems in the next period. First we reduce this equation to y minus k whole square is minus 4a into x minus h. This is the standard equation of the parabola. You know that in parabola there are 4 standard forms. One is this, another is this, and open upwards, open downwards. In which shape it is? This shape, last one. So we further simplify this and prove that it is y minus k whole square is minus 4a into x minus h form. That I do in the next period. Thank you.